Hey everybody, welcome back to the Citadel. I'm your host, Gadsden. Today we're going to be talking about how to climb in Season 17. Specifically, we're going to talk about the 4 different ways you can attack your rank climb this season. But before we do, we need to have a talk about your mindset going into it. Imperial Hal posted a tweet that encapsulates something that I've wanted to talk to you guys about for a week now. Ranked is not for casuals. If you step into this game, you better expect to be playing against tryhards, smurfs, and sweats. Get used to it. If you're the type that says, oh, I just want my badge and then be done, you're playing the wrong mode. You belong in pubs. Ranked is meant to be a test of your skill. It punishes you for the mistakes you make and forces you to get better to earn that badge. And there's no better season for that than this season, because the punishment for failure is lenient. The skill, elimination, and rating bonuses virtually guarantee that your LP cost to play the rank game will be returned to you, which means every single fight you take, win or lose, is an opportunity for you to fix mistakes and improve. And that includes fights against people who are 2 or 3 ranks above you that you think you shouldn't be fighting. Last week, me and my squad got torched by It's Timmy, Zainu, and Funk. You know what I did? Downloaded the VOD from both our points of view so I can play as good as they do. Fix your mindset and get at it, because if you do, you'll be a better version of yourself when Season 18 rolls around. If you like the content you've seen so far, please hit that subscribe button. I drop YouTube shorts every day with tutorials like these that help you improve your gameplay. You can also come vibe with me during my live streams. Now, of the 4 rank strategies for climbing, I do not recommend ratting as a means of climbing at all. Can you get LP this way? Sure. Are you going to improve as a gamer? Absolutely not. In the last episode, I stressed that the punishment for losing is virtually non-existent, so you should be taking fights to improve. But if you have no confidence in your skill, no self-respect or dignity as a person, and only badges matter to you, then ratting is probably your preferred strategy. After all, once you hit 8th place, you're at plus 5 LP, and you get 100 LP minimum for top 5s. Personally, I don't see the point in loading in the game if you're going to sit and do nothing for 20 minutes, but it's your life. Some of you might bring up Sweet's ability to get pred in 50 games without dealing any damage. I'd stress that Sweet was not setting a standard and encouraging people to rat. He was doing it as a commentary on the flaws in the system. So if there's a pred who you should model yourself off of this season, let it be Hal, not Sweet. So that leaves us with the question, is the passive style of gameplay right for your rank climb? Let me first define what I mean by passive so there's no confusion and we're on the same page. Let's call this the passive style. You drop, maybe you take a round 1 fight, maybe you don't, but your sole focus is endgame position. You don't take mid-game fights, even if they're third parties. You save all fighting for the final rounds. A passive style isn't necessarily bad. It's the style I recommended for you in previous seasons of Apex because previous seasons punished you so hard for early game losses. There are benefits and drawbacks. Let's start with the benefits. You will consistently limit your losses and therefore climb, and you will improve greatly in endgame scenarios. There are several drawbacks though. Early games will tend to be boring, you won't improve in early and mid-game combat, thus limiting your opportunities to improve as a fighter and losing elimination LP. Overall, if you have been stuck in low-tier ranks and your goal is to hit high plat or diamond lobbies, I do suggest this style of play. However, if your goal is to hit masters eventually, I recommend more aggressive playstyles. Which brings me to my next playstyle type, being smart aggressive. This is how masters play, so if you want to play like them, the smart aggressive playstyle may suit you perfectly in Season 17. While other Apex players might call this something else, I don't really care. Let's just define smart aggressive so we're on the same page. With this strategy, you're going to take 90% of the fights you encounter or more. When you drop, you will drop with one other team at a POI. Alternatively, you might drop alone at a POI that's next to another where 2 teams dropped. This means you're either taking an immediate fight or quickly looting to execute a fast rotation and a third party. You are taking a first round fight. After that, you focus on 2 mid-game strategies. First, you take no head-to-head fights. You are on a hunt, listening for every active fight so you can take every available third party. Second, you are constantly looking at the map. You need to determine where other teams are so you can make sure they aren't third-partying you. Once you've done that, turn your focus to endgame, get a solid position, focus on placement, constant communication, and a solid game-winning strategy. That brings us to our last playstyle type that you should be considering for Season 17 of Apex. If getting reps in ranked combat is more important to you than a ranked badge, being hyper-aggressive with your playstyle in Season 17 might be right for you. In the last episode, we talked about being smart aggressive. Being hyper-aggressive throws all caution to the wind. While you might drop with the same strategy as smart aggressive, you may also opt to hot drop with 2 other teams at your same POI. If you aren't used to this, you're going to have to learn how to actively force two other teams to focus each other when they want to focus you, or finish fights so fast that you're healthy before the third party comes. As for the rest of the game, you don't slow down to loot. As far as you're concerned, the loot you need is going to be stripped from the death box of the next person you kill. Also, you're taking every single fight. It doesn't matter if it's a head-to-head fight with a healthy team or if it's a third party. You're on a hunt and W keying is all that matters. You're going to earn your placements by wiping people off the board, not wait for other players to do it for you. The benefits of this system is so obvious. Eventually, you're going to become an absolute demon. The drawback is that while you're on the way to that goal, you're going to lose. A lot. It's going to be frustrating and difficult. There are moments that you'll make mistakes, get outplayed, or get third-partied, and lose the game, thus losing LP. But it's fine, because the badge isn't the most important thing. Becoming the best fighter in the ranked environment is. That's it for this video. Hope this helped you out. Please hit that subscribe button and be on the lookout for the next video. Take care.